What is going on, guys? Joe here, back with another video, and today we're actually going to be taking a closer look, an in-depth look at iOS 8 Beta 1. Now, this was just released not too long ago, of course. As you saw in my last video, I did cover some features, not many, it was probably like 2 of them. But today, I'm here to do like a full in-depth overview of iOS 8 and see some of the cool features that I found interesting. So let's go ahead and get started. So first I want to start off with Spotlight. Now Spotlight got a little more in depth with the searching. So if I simply swipe down, of course that's how we still activate Spotlight by swipe down on your home screen. And what it's going to do now, it's going to allow you to, in addition of just searching your iPhone, Spotlight now shows suggestions from the internet, iTunes, the App Store, and movie showtimes, locations nearby, and more. Now you can change this in the settings. But I just want to kind of show you, I don't know, I guess Apple, I guess, why not? So we do Apple. Now it's going to give me the suggested website, which is pretty cool. It's the apple.com. Also gives me some results for the App Store. So it's going to allow me to go ahead and go to the App Store and download that application. Or it's going to look through my contacts and my notes, which is pretty cool. So let's go ahead and click on the website here. And then it's going to direct me straight to Safari to that certain website, which is pretty awesome. So I think that is a very useful tool there. Spotlight is a lot better now. I know it's something I use constantly, so I'm pretty glad that they added some more features to that. So let's go ahead and search let's do the Rangers, Texas Rangers, because I do love baseball, if you guys do not know. So Texas Rangers. So it's going to show me the ballpark in Arlington, which is going to be the ballpark where the Texas Rangers plays. And also it's going to show me movies on iTunes. And yeah, I think that is pretty cool. So if we go ahead, let's do the ballpark in Arlington here. And then it also gives me the phone number and all that. So it is very useful now. Like Spotlight is very useful. I find it very cool now. You can go ahead and click on maps. You can call. You can visit the website. Or just get the address and get the directions there and all that good stuff. So I think that is pretty cool, guys. Let's go ahead and do the movies. So if I go ahead and tap on the iTunes movies, it's going to direct me to iTunes and give me that movie result. So there it goes. It took me to the iTunes store and it browsed Texas Rangers. And yeah, so that's pretty much Spotlight right there. So you'll be able to search different things like the news, songs, and movies, and all that good stuff. So that is Spotlight on iOS. I think that's a pretty cool feature. Next up, we're going to talk about the multitask switcher. So if we double click on the home button, you still get the same multitasking here. But as you see up here at the top, you actually get the recent people that you've been communicating with and things like that. Now I am using an iPod Touch, if you haven't noticed. But when you use your iPhone, it will allow you to add your favorites along with your recent contacts. So I think that's pretty cool. It takes more advantage of your screen. I really wish they did include like a close all app option here, because we can still close, I mean, you'll still be able to close these out like this, of course, but you can't close them all at once, which kind of still sucks. But Apple, you need to get that going because that is something that everybody will love. But that is favorite contacts to the multitask switcher. Next up, we're going to talk a little bit about the Photos application. So the Photos application, nothing really has changed except that you're able now to search through your photos here. So you can hit that little magnifying glass up there and then you'll be able to search through your photos. Now this iPod Touch is kind of cleaned out, so I don't have many photos, but I do have some photos that I took earlier. So I can search through the June tab there, or the June results, and then I'll be able to select that. So if you want to go back to like 2013 or something, if you have old photos on your iPhone or iPod Touch or iPad, you can just simply search that certain photo and then get the results very quickly instead of having to scroll through your camera roll and everything. That gets pretty annoying, but I think that is pretty cool. But let's go ahead and take a look at this picture here. So if you go ahead and check it out, if you look down here at the bottom, we have a heart. Now if you go ahead and hit that little heart there, it's going to favorite it and it's going to allow you to access that photo throughout all your devices. So I think that is a pretty neat feature. But if we go up here also, we go to edit, we'll be able to edit a little more of the photo. So if you see down here at the very bottom, we have this new little tab or little button here where you can choose light or color. So in the light section, you'll be able to kind of lighten up the photo to the way you prefer to edit it. Now it is a little buggy right now. It's a little slow because it is in beta 1. So pretty sure in beta 2 or beta 3 it'll be all smooth like and everything. But if we go back in there, we'll be able to simply select color and then also change up and tweak up the color here as well. I think that is a pretty cool feature. It gives you more ability to change the different effects or just tweak up your photo in general, and I think that is pretty neat. Now speaking of photos, let's check out the camera application because there is some new features on here. Some things that we should have gotten a long time ago. But you see right here, we're gonna have now the little button here, which is a timer icon here. So we can go ahead and hit the timer option. So let's go ahead and do 3 seconds. And now once I hit the shutter button, it's gonna count down to 3 or from 3 and take that photo for you. So it's about time that they actually added something like this to a little timer. You can also do 10 seconds and then just simply tap on the shutter button and it's gonna go ahead and I noticed that it does flash, and so that is another feature. You can see it right here, the little flash reflect from my iPad. But yeah, that is the little timer on the camera application. You can turn that off. You can turn it to 3 seconds or 10 seconds. And something new that is on here too is time lapse. So what time lapse does, allows you to record and then I don't know, I mean there's, I don't know, check this out guys. I don't know. Oh look. But yeah, it's going to be time lapse. So if I go ahead and play that back, it's going to play it back in a very, very, very fast speed. So let's go ahead and check that out really quick. See that? Very fast, blink of an eye. So it's a cool little feature. It's called time lapse. It's great if you're gonna be like sticking your phone or iPad or something. You're taking a video of something out in the wild, and then you just want to get a time lapse. I think I will find a very cool way to use that. I want to actually try it out and see what it looks like. Maybe go out to the park or something and try it out. Let me know if you'd like to see something like that. Just a short little clip. Next up, we're going to check out Safari. I think this is a pretty cool feature. Something that I've been looking for the longest time too. So say let's go ahead and check out YouTube. Let's go to my YouTube channel. And right now, since I have it bookmarked to the desktop version on my computer, it doesn't really read it well, or it's actually going to the mobile dashboard. But check this out. So I go ahead and go back up there and be like, hey, I want to go to the desktop site instead of the mobile site. There's some sites that you sometimes have to dig through to just find the mobile or the desktop version. So with a simple pull down, you're going to be able to now request the desktop site. So with just doing that, you'll be able to go ahead and check out the desktop website. So let's go ahead and do another website because this did not give me a good example. Let's go ahead and do 9to5Mac from the good friends at 9to5Mac, aka Mac Mixing. He's one of my good friends. Shout out to Mac Mixing, Dom, if you're watching this. Anyways, go ahead and request the desktop site, and then you'll get directed to the desktop site, even though I'm already on it. But I think that is a pretty cool feature, something that's going to be very useful for me as well. So that is the request desktop site in Safari. Now, since we're on this website, I'm going to go ahead and click on the share button here because there's a few little changes on the sharing. As you see here, the icons got a little different, and also you'll be able to rearrange these icons here if you'd like. If you go here to the more section, you'll be able to rearrange them here. You can turn them on and off, so whichever ones you want to enable or disable. At the moment it's only Twitter, Facebook, and photos. So text messages and mail is going to be like the default ones that you won't be able to change or turn on and off. But you can also even tap and hold and then rearrange them yourself like this. So I think that is a pretty cool feature as well. But not only that, for the social buttons there, but you can also go down here and rearrange these as well. And also you can go over here to the more and then rearrange them, but you can't turn them on or off. So but these up here, the social buttons, you can do that. So I believe with the ability of doing that, you're also going to be able to do other social networks in the future, or other applications. They're going to be integrated to like Safari, and so you'll be able to share content to different things and different apps, not just Twitter and Facebook and things like that. Now something else to check out is going to be Notification Center. Now Apple did announce that they're finally enabling widgets for Notification Center, and this is going to be for third-party apps. Now they can define widgets that go into Notification Center. So widgets finally have came to iOS whenever they update their apps and stuff. But yeah, and also as you notice here in the Notifications Center, you have your Today tab and your Notifications tab. Instead of having your Today, your Missed, and your All and all that good stuff, now it's down to just the Notifications tab and Today. So now it's a little better because I didn't really use the Missed tab. I really did not find any use for that. But yeah, so that is Notification Center. You're going to be able to add widgets now, which is pretty neat. Now let's go ahead and check out Siri, because Siri did get some new features on there. And let me go ahead and plug my power into this, because this next feature that I want to show you guys actually has to use power. You have to be connected to a power source, and that is for Siri. So the way we activate Siri now, sort of like its competitor. So let's go ahead and say, "Hey Siri." So as you see there, it now enables Siri just by saying the command, "Hey Siri." So at the current moment, you do have to be connected to a power source in order to get that command working. I'm not really sure why. Probably, I don't know, it consumes a lot of battery, but hopefully they enable it so you won't have to be connected to a power source. But there's another cool little feature, and that is recognizing music. Now Shazam is actually integrated to Siri now. So we can do something like this. "Hey Siri, what is the name of this song?" So it actually works, and I think that is a pretty dope feature. Now I kind of hope maybe in the future they add some type of Spotify integration with it. Since Shazam does use Spotify, whenever you find a song, you can actually just simply click on it when it finds a song and then quickly listen to it on Spotify. But I think that is a cool feature now, something that Apple should have done a long time ago as well. Now also with Siri, you're going to be able to even purchase iTunes content and more, but I'm not going to go ahead and explain that. Basically, you'll be able to purchase iTunes content and more by using Siri. Now the next feature is something I actually covered in my last video, but I kind of want to quickly do it again, and that's going to be interactive notifications. So with interactive notifications, you'll now be able to work with third-party apps like Facebook and all that good stuff. And also something that's very cool is going to be the quick reply feature to messages. So by simply swiping down on your notifications when you receive a text message, which my phones are all going off, so I'll be able to simply swipe down here, and then I'll be able to quickly reply to that message. And also you see the little microphone here, you'll be able to send a quick little voice message. So you can say, "Hey, what's going on? Blah, 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 blah," and go ahead and send that out just like that. Or of course you can type and go on with your business. I think that is a pretty cool feature. Also, it works when you're on your lock screen. So I just send myself a message here, and I'm going to be able to simply swipe over to the left and then mark it as read or reply back. And I can hit reply, and then I can reply to that message. So simple as that. You can reply back to a message by using the new interactive notifications, and I just text myself, "I'm a loser." But now that we're talking about text messages, let's go ahead and check out some more features in the Messages app. Now something that I am very, very glad that they included now is some new features and new settings that you can do with group messaging. So right now I have a group message going on with myself. Yeah, pretty sad. But anyways, what you're able to do with this is if you go into details now something I hated was getting involved in group text messages and not being able to get out of it. And then I'm always bothered by random people. Sometimes I don't even know those people that are in the group message. But now luckily you're able to remove yourself and all that good stuff, and you're able to add different people to that certain group message. If we go down here, you can check your location. You can actually send your current location, and you can also share your location, and also you'll be able to do not disturb. So you can go ahead and enable that, and then it won't bother you with all the buzzing and all the text messages from random people. Or you can do yourself the favor and leave the conversation. Now that is pretty cool. And then below here you actually would see attachments. Like here's that voice memo I sent earlier to myself. As you see there. So you'll be able to see attachments. You can see like photos, everybody's photos that has been sent in that certain group message, which is pretty cool. But if you go all the way up, you can now change the subject and change it to games talk. Let's talk about games, some straight games. There we go. So you can go ahead and do some games talk, and then now that is going to be the title of that certain group message. So if we go back, as you see here, you have that little moon there, that do not disturb icon. So that way people in that certain group message is not going to be able to disturb you. So I think that is a pretty cool feature. Now another thing with the text messaging, if you go ahead and go in here, you see that you can actually keep certain text messages. You can actually enable a setting that will allow you to keep like these voice memos and videos and all that. You can set it to keep it for a certain amount of time, and then it will automatically delete for you, because this would clog up your memory. So you don't want massive of different voice memos and videos clogging up your phone's space or your iPod Touch space or iPad, just in your space, your storage in general. So you can set different options on that. But another thing that I want to cover is also the voice. So as you saw earlier, if you simply just press and hold this, you'll be able to send a voice, and if you swipe up, it would send it automatically without having to press anything else. Or you can go ahead and cancel it by swiping to the left. So I can go ahead and swipe up, and then it'll automatically send it out, and that is pretty cool. And also we can go here to the camera icon, and that will allow me to, if I press and hold, it'll go into the front facing camera, and you see there, that's me, duh. And I can go ahead and take a picture, or I can go ahead and swipe over and take a selfie. Well, not a selfie, but I can go ahead and take a video and be like, hey, shooting a video right now. But yeah, so that is this little feature here. So if I let go, it will actually send. So there's a video. I look like a retard, and I can go ahead and play it back. It is actually really hot in this room. But I can press the little arrow button there, and then it'll automatically send it out, and I can go ahead and play that video. And I think that this is, I don't know, I really like this feature, that it can play it in the Messages app. And yeah, so I think that is pretty cool. Okay, shut up, Joel. Alright, cool. Now something else in the Messages app is going to be QuickType. I want to talk a little bit about that I didn't cover in my last video. Now with QuickType, what that allows you to do, now it supports predictive suggestions. So what it does, or what that means, is that it learns how you type. So depending if you're more professional or you're more like just talking to your friends, it learns the way you type. So that way it'll predict and suggest different words by the way you talk. So it's pretty cool, pretty, I don't know, kind of sketchy, but so basically what that means is like, hey, you can say, hey, hey guys, and then I'm not going to be a asshole. Kidding. I'm not. See, I mean, it learns the way you type, but what I also want to show is, hey, I mean, you can go ahead and start typing quickly. How are you doing? Just like that. So it allows you to. It learns the way you type, and I think that is a pretty cool feature. Now, not only that, but also the keyboard, you're going to be able to use third-party keyboards like Swipe, SwiftKey, and all that. So you'll be able to swipe through different keyboards or swipe through letters and then text even faster. So I think that is pretty cool. Something I'm a fan of on the Android side is going to be those different keyboards. So I'm very glad that Apple finally integrated that to iOS. Now, as far as features go, that is pretty much iOS 8. Now, I do want to quickly talk about a new application, and that is Health. Now, Health is something I'm going to be using a lot because if you're not aware, I'm very into health and fitness. Now I started caring about my health, and if you have not followed my journey, you can actually follow it on youtube.com/jbvlogs. That is where I vlog. That is my vlogging channel. And if you want to know more about me, kind of behind the scenes of what I do besides technology, you can check that out. But yeah, I'm very into health. I'm actually proud of my results that I've done and made in these past couple months. Pretty amazing. I've amazed myself, which is pretty crazy. But anyways, besides talking about myself, the health application. So now with the health application, what you're able to do is it's going to be integrated with many other health applications, like the Nike Plus Fuel Band or the Fitbit or things like that, the Jawbone Up. All those health related applications, they're all going to be integrated into one application that is going to be called Health. So you'll be able to go ahead and do different things. You can check your diagnostic, your fitness, your lab results, your medication. So this is actually going to be integrated to like doctors and stuff. So doctors can actually communicate with you if you share your information with them, and that way they can keep track of you and tell you when to take your medication. It's like, hey, sir, miss, whatever, you gotta take your medication now, and it'll pop up on your phone and stuff like that. So you can also check your nutrition, keep track of that, keep track of your sleep and all that, and then get your vital signs from doctors and things. So I think that is a pretty cool feature. I think that is great. You're also going to be able to check your like BMI, body mass index, and all that, blood pressure, everything. It's going to be crazy because we are going to be seeing wearables on the Apple side hopefully soon in the next couple months that will integrate more into the health application. But yeah, if you go to sources, you'll be able to allow different applications to access the data from the health application and all that good stuff. So I think that is pretty cool. You'll be able to add different things. Let's go ahead and show this in the dashboard. So there's going to be your dashboard here, and then you can add several different things, carbohydrates, your fitness data, I don't know, so many things, your height, your everything. So it's going to be pretty crazy. I'm pretty excited to check that out. As you see here, I just added the Nike Fuel Band or the Nike Fuel little thing on the dashboard. So I'm pretty excited to see what's to come and get more in-depth hands-on with the health application with my Nike Fuel Band, and just keep track of how many calories I've been taking and everything. But yeah, I think that's pretty sweet that they're getting more into health and fitness and things. So I see a great future for Apple. Overall, I'm very satisfied by iOS 8. I'm a big fan of it. I'm just very excited for it to finally be released. But besides that, that's going to basically cover iOS 8. Some of the new features on iOS 8. As always, go ahead and hit that like button if you did enjoy this video. Not only helps me, but it supports the channel as well. And it also lets me know that you enjoy the video. Also, if you're not following me yet on any of my social networks like Twitter, Facebook, Google+, or Instagram, links will be down below in the description. Go ahead and follow me on those. I'm more active on Twitter and also in Instagram. So if you don't follow me on those, go ahead and do so. You can get in touch with me easily or fast through those social networks. Also Facebook. But also go ahead and subscribe to the channel, as I mentioned earlier, so you won't miss any future videos covering iOS 8 and possibly even covering the new OS 10 Yosemite, which was also released not too long ago by Apple at WWDC. I've been checking that out. It's pretty dope. I'm a big fan of that as well. But let me know what you think about iOS 8 so far in the comments below, and did you install it already on your iDevice? Also, if you're not yet subscribed to my vlog channel, as I mentioned earlier, go ahead and do that if you're interested in my behind the scenes technology life and what I do as far as like health and fitness too, because like I said, I've been getting really into that. And something that I was really looking forward to on iOS 8 is that new health application. So go ahead and subscribe to that, youtube.com/jbvlogs. If you are interested, get a little behind the scenes of what I do. But Thanks a lot for watching, and I will catch you all on the next video. Alright? Peace!